Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, and welcome to lecture number 16 for basic engineering mechanics. In this lecture we will continue our discussion for force system resultants, and we would see how we can sometimes even simplify our system even further. So just to reiterate what we studied in the last lecture, we studied that whenever we have a rigid body which has some multiple forces and multiple moments acting on them, then we can simplify our system by representing all the forces to one equivalent force at a point and one equivalent couple moment at the same point. And this simplification is generic in the sense that we can choose any point O as our reference point, and then we can bring about all the forces to that point. So here, just to reiterate, whenever we bring a force, we move a force around in the body, then we get an extra couple moment, and the couple moment itself are considered as free vectors, so they can be moved around without any problem. So last time we saw that the resultant force is just equal to the sum of all the forces, and the resultant couple moment at point O is sum of all the original couple moments and sum of all the couple moments which are induced because of moving of the forces around. And we also saw that this means that the equivalent system would have all the same external effects as the original system. So all the acceleration and all the rotational components of that force system would be the same. So today we would continue that discussion, and we would see that sometimes we can even simplify our system even further. So here we see our first case for today, that sometimes we have a system which has the forces to be concurrent. What does it mean? That all the forces they have the line of action of the force, it passes through a particular point. So like here we see in this example, so we have these four forces F1, F2, F3 and F4, and all of the forces, their line of action passes through this point O. So this is a special case that is not always true. Anytime we have a general force system, they would not have this property. But for this special case, we can say that if we were to find the resultant forces and resultant couple moments at this point O, then at this point the resultant couple moment would be equal to 0. It's not very difficult to see why, because we see that our formula for the resultant couple moment is just R cross F. So for F1 it is going to be R1 cross F1, for F2 it is going to be R2 cross F2. So we can say that if we were to look at this system, so our R1 would simply be equal to the vector from the point of action of force from O to the point of action of the force. So this is our R1. So let me just label it. This is equal to R1, and it is not very difficult to see that R1 cross F1 is going to be equal to 0, because both of these vectors they are parallel to each other, and whenever we do a cross product of two vectors which are parallel, the result is equal to 0. And the same is true for R2 cross F2 and R3 cross F3 and R4 cross F4. So none of these forces would produce any moment at this point O. So for this special case, we would have that there is when we form an equivalent system at point O, we would only get a resultant force and no resultant couple moment. Notice that this is only true if we were to resolve the forces at point O. If we were to choose any other point other than this point O, then the resultant couple moment would not be equal to 0 and we would get a non-zero value, just like we used to in the previous exercise. So this was the first case, and now we look at a second case where we have all of these four forces to be coplanar. So all of the forces lie in a plane. This is very similar to the example that we looked at in the last lecture. So in this case, first of all, we know that the resultant force would also lie in this plane, because all of these forces we can say that this plane is the xy plane and z plane is out of the board or out of this screen. In that case, F1 lies in the xy plane, F2 lies in the xy plane, F3 lies in the xy plane, and F4 lies in the xy plane. And the resultant force is just the sum of all of these four forces, and the resultant force would also lie in the same plane. The second thing is that the resultant moment would lie perpendicular to this plane. So if I choose any point to find my resultant moment would either be in the positive z direction or the negative z direction, which means that it would be perpendicular to the plane. And so whenever let's assume that we choose this point O to find the force and the resultant moment. So we get this resultant force Fr and the resultant moment MRO. But we can even simplify our system even further, because we see that if we were to move this force perpendicular to the force itself, we can also cancel out this moment. So what do we mean by that? That if we were to move this force Fr up distance d from the point O, and so we would, in this case, we would get an extra moment, and this moment can be chosen to cancel the original couple moment, such that the resultant couple moment is equal to 0. Notice that this d has to, we want this Fr, the magnitude of Fr times d, to be equal to, let me choose a color, to be equal to, we want this to be equal to the resultant couple moment. Actually, we want it to be opposite, in the opposite direction. So our distance d, the magnitude of d would still simply be equal to the magnitude of the couple moment divided by the magnitude of the resultant force. And we would choose a distance, I add a negative sign just to remind us that we have to move a force in the direction such that the couple moment produced by the force is in the opposite direction. Okay, so in this also a coplanar force system, we can choose a point here. This is the point where we can resolve all of our forces by just one resultant force, and we do not need to worry about the couple moment if we were to represent our forces at this point. Again, if we were to choose any other general point, the resultant couple moment would not be equal to 0. This is the property of this special point, that the resultant couple moment ends up to be 0 in this case. Okay, so this is our second case. So now we look at the case number 3. So which is, sometimes we have our forces which are parallel to a plane. So like in this case, all of the forces are in the z direction. So all of the forces are parallel to this xy plane. So in this case, we know that the resultant force would also be parallel to this plane. So the resultant force would be would also be parallel to the plane, would also lie in the z axis, and the resultant couple moment would lie in the xy plane. Why would that be true? Because the force is in the z direction, and we know that the resultant couple moment due to any force is perpendicular to the force. So all of these three forces would have a couple moment which would be perpendicular to the z-axis, which means that the couple moment would always lie in the xy plane. And again we get a system where the resultant force and the resultant couple moment at this point O are perpendicular, which again means that I can move this force around to cancel out the couple moment. If we move the force a distance d perpendicular to the line of action of this MR, then we would be able to generate a couple moment to cancel this original couple moment. So again, in this case also, if we have a parallel force system, we can reduce our forces to a resultant force at this point P, and we do not need a couple moment. Again, this is a special property which would be true only at this point, and this is not true if we were to resolve our forces at any other point. So here we have seen the three cases. Just to reiterate, first of all, if we have concurrent forces, the resultant couple moment is equal to 0 if we were to find the resultant couple moment at this point O. And the second case is if we have coplanar forces. So in this case all the forces lie in the same plane. Again, the resultant couple moment and the force are perpendicular to each other, so I can move my force around to cancel this couple moment, and the resultant is that I get a resultant force at a particular point. And in the third case, in the parallel force system, if we have all the forces which are parallel, I can always choose a point such that the equivalent system would just consist of a force without any couple moment. So these were the three cases of further simplifications. So one more important case is not a case so much as another generalization, which we call the reduction to a wrench. So in the most general case, we know that we resolve our forces and couple moments to a particular point O, and in this case the resultant moment is not perpendicular with the force. It makes some arbitrary angle with the force, but we can always resolve our couple moment into its perpendicular and parallel components. So if we were to do that, then we, in the previous slides as we saw, that we can always remove this perpendicular component by moving the force around. By moving force perpendicular to this this vector along the xy plane or AB plane, I would be able to cancel out this perpendicular component of the moment. So at the end, in the end, first of all, first step we do is that we write our couple moment as a perpendicular component and a parallel component. And so the parallel component is just given by looking at the dot product of the magnitude, dot product of the moment times the unit vector in the force direction, and the perpendicular component is just the total moment minus the perpendicular component. And so this perpendicular component, as we saw, it can be removed by moving the force around. So the result that we get is that we have a force, and the only remaining component of the moment is the one which is parallel to the force. So this is what we call a wrench, that we resolve our system into a force and a moment, and the moment has to be parallel to the force. So but this is not a special case. This is what we can say a further simplification, that we can resolve our force systems into a wrench, and the property of a wrench is that the force, resultant force and the couple moment are parallel to each other. So I hope this is clear. So this is all for this lecture. I'll see you in the next, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.